Okay, turn 32. Now, the enemy actually doubled back instead of pushing forward like I had anticipated. So their army plus reinforcements from the capital met me at the caverns of Neck. So I had about half of my, actually less than half, about a third of my pigs or so here, with some guys blessing them, not too many. Enough to get blesses on a few of them. They met up with an army that massively outnumbered them. So we've got about the same number of pigs. Of course, my pigs are a lot better. But he's got his blessed pigs with effectively no bless, a big pile of metal heads, and then several mages in the back. Now, unfortunately, so we can see how this goes. My pigs trample over his, take a bunch of casualties in the process, trample into the metalheads, and kill quite a number of them, but not quite all. You can see there was some, definitely some blood vengeance going off there. So overall, the kill count was massively in my favor, and that's fine. No one's really effectively lost anything here. I mean, I killed about 400 gold worth of metalheads. I killed off a higher fraction of his free spawn than he killed of mine, obviously, because my free spawn at this point is like between 30 and 50 per turn, depending, and his is not that much, I don't think. But so I did damage, but overall I was stopped, which is a little bit unfortunate. I also lost Debrithia to Knights, which is super unfortunate. Swanpyre is trying to get my aid against Agaslingria, but I'm a little bit busy. So we have got armies moving. Who is... Okay, so these guys are dodging back into Golm in order to pick up pigs, of which I have about 30-some right at the moment. I've also got some pigs over here that are generating pigs for me. So I've got about 10 pigs at home. And I may... Yeah, they're just gonna wait quietly for the moment. They've got higher Dominion there, so their free spawn is a little bit better. We need to take out these Knights. We also need to take out those Barbs. These Knights are actually removing gem income from me, which is a big pain in the butt. Down here, Big Bill. We finally got Mins under my Dominion, so Big Bill is going to roll on in. We've got another 40-some, or close to 40 pigs up here. We could go in for Tiny Willow, or we could besiege Raspberry Woods. I personally think that besieging Raspberry Woods is the move here, and I don't think he can necessarily stop me. I don't have much by way of blessing power, but my pigs are, of course, large, and I've also got the Poison Bros. So we're gonna send those guys right in. You, sir, are gonna double back a little bit, and we'll see what we can do. Down here, we're going to hit this with Big Bill's pile of 50 pigs. They are all automatically blessed because they're with him in my Dominion. And of course, he has a Ring of Regeneration, and he's going to be casting Howl. So he will... I think he'll definitely... If this army tries to fight him, he will absolutely crush it. If they manage to send a whole bunch of pigs as reinforcements, he'll absolutely crush them. I'm not sure what the Vengeful Widow is. That must be a Rus summon. I don't know which one exactly. I mean, I'm sure it's a mage. It's a powerful mage because it radiates power. But we can still do this. We're being delayed, but in the course of this war, we've taken a fair bit of territory, so I'm honestly okay with the way things have gone so far. My mutilated prophet, of course, is dead, so I'm waiting on a new prophet. And yeah, things are going okay. Just taking our time with this a little bit, which is sad, but I'm starting to build up a few more nature gems, so hopefully by the time I actually take Noose, I will be able to re-empower Big Bill and get some high-level nature shit going. So, that's the turn. In terms of geopolitics, Plaguetopia feels confident, or at least is acting confident, about fighting off Swanpyre. He seems to feel good about defending his forts, so we'll see how that goes. Over here, Agaslingria has... I've been told they have girdled the earth, which is pretty impressive. So good on them. And, Swanpyre's fairly large and powerful. Grugland isn't super large and powerful, but they have taken these both these provinces down there, so I might have to deal with them at some point. And they have a big pile of lizard warriors over here. And, of course, the underwater discard pile continues their war against Makono. They seem to be doing quite well, especially because independents have besieged Makono itself. So I think Makono is probably not long for this world. And that's about the turn. In terms of research, we're going to hit Thaumaturgy level 4, and then we're going to try to grab Enchantment level 6. I'm not researching any evocation, because any evocation spell that I cast in a pig battle will hit my pigs and kill the caster. So not super interested in that. But that's the turn. I'll see y'all on turn 33. Alright, folks, it is turn 35. Yes, there's been a stale or two in there, unfortunately. It's just because I'm getting ready for a trip, and my sense of timing was completely off, so I stumbled, I fell, I failed to do my turns for, as you can see, a couple of turns here, which is unfortunate, but not destructively terrible. I'm still doing okay, except that my pigs are starting to starve up here, which is... Also, my mouse is starting to fail on me. It's becoming a little bit unreliable. That's sad. It does mean, however, that I have a nice stack of pigs, and... in the meantime, I have lost almost to nothing. I did lose my small incursion force that was going into Nusian territory, but Nus was playing it very cautious because he saw the one-digit stacks of pigs that I have, and so he doesn't really want to get into an open fight with me, or at least not too open a fight. Obviously, he has recruited units that can do work on his side. What he may not know is that, and to be perfectly blunt, I wasn't really planning to launch a direct attack on him anyway, because I'm still waiting to get a profit. I got Big Bill down here. There's a significant army led by a Awakening lad over there, so he might be trying to come for Big Bill. I think that would be a terrible decision on his part, but he might be doing it. And if he is doing it, that's fine. If he wants to come for Big Bill, he can come for Big Bill. This is in my dominion. And I think if we have a fight here, I will destroy him. I'll destroy him and all his works, and all his dreams, and everything he's ever wanted. I'll destroy all of that, and just make him absolutely devastated. Especially if I can cast Marble Warriors. Ugh, I kind of want to get the Howl though. If I could get Marble Warriors on my pigs, that would be ideal. But the only Earth Mage I have over here is Big Bill, and Big Bill also needs to cast Howl. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set Big Bill to patrol. So Big Bill has about 50 pigs, equally split on the flanks, and then 15 sneaky snake-like beings. He is poison resistant to 10 points. So these guys he's going to stand back a little ways. These guys will just poison their way through in front. If this army attacks me, I'm going to destroy it. I would venture to guess. If this army attacks me, I should probably also be able to destroy it. If both armies attack me, then, well, I'm kind of fucked. But, you know, we'll just endeavor to not have that happen. Now, I do have quite the pig horde back here as well as it looks like I've been recruiting... Yes, I've been recruiting a lot of burrows in the meantime. So these guys can move forward over here. Let's actually get Fred, Sigmund, and Burr moving forward towards the front line. Then we've got pigs. We're going to give these pigs to Stardance here. And he's going to use them to attack the barbarians. That should be okay. But in order to make sure that it's okay, what we can also do is we can also send another guy, Summerwind, with those guys. So stay behind troops, stay behind troops. Still have High Dominion there, so it won't actually affect their free spawn at all, so they can just roam around doing that. That's fine. I should still be recruiting, yes, still recruiting mages. No joy there yet. And where is my blood mage? Ooh, that's one of those questions, isn't it? Did he die? Did he get hit by that random attack? I think he did. That bites. I am, as you may have noticed, doing this live. As I said, I'm about to leave on my trip, and I'll be gone for like a week. So I'm trying to pre-record a little bit. This video will probably not come out until after the trip has been done for a while, but you never know. You never know what will happen. So we got that. We got this guy. We got that guy. We got a whole bunch of pigs up here with a couple of available commanders. So we can deploy the hordes if we want. Unfortunately, like I said, we don't have a prophet still. So yeah, 48, 4. There we go, 52 to each. And we'll divvy them up into 2 squads. Like that. Perfect. Fantabulous. So those guys have about 100 pigs between them. We've got a significant army there, a smallish army there, or not very important army there, an army there. I know he's been dumping tons and tons of province defense into some of his provinces. Like there, I think also here probably. And there he's got a significant amount as well. So we need to retake Remesia. Big Bill's patrolling here. If this army comes up to attack here, I think we can still hold him just with priests. So what we'll do is we'll move in the priests. Yep, like that. And also Lavina... Nah, Lavina doesn't need any gems. Lavina can just come along and do, you know, whatever. Get pigs. Pigs, pigs. Pigs, pigs. Priests, 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 priests. Actually, I should deploy them a little bit further forward. Because what we want is we want maximum bless power. We want blesses all over the shop. A blessing for every pig. Indeed. So yeah, we'll just kind of alternate them like that. There we go. They're all throwing those blessings. And these guys can stay put. There we go. Throw blessings everywhere. I'm not sure. I think you should be in range. You should be in range. That's fine. And yeah, okay, I can't give Lavina any gems. So actually, you know what? You can research. Lavina can build a lab. And a couple of these ladies can grab some nature gems. And come down here to swarm. Just to make countering the pigs even more annoying. What was my hotkey for swarm? There it is. Okay. And we'll put them behind in case there's an attack rear order that can be deployed. Hopefully it'll key in on them and get tied up in the swarm, and then the pigs will come and trample it. Okay, so that, I think, is basically going to be the turn. In terms of research, we're hitting enchantment level 6 in a couple of turns here. We're going to take out those barbarians. We're going to reclaim Remesia. And then Big Bill will be defending here. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Even if all these forces collapsed onto Remesia, we'd lose probably, but we'd inflict disproportionate casualties. Like, we'll inflict casualties that are more than enough to be going on with, and we won't lose anything really important. Over here, we need to, yeah, keep recruiting scouts, I guess. Actually, no. No, I know what we need to do. We need to start recruiting heretics. We need to start churning out the heretics and sneaking them into Nusian territory to reduce his dominion, so that then they can move on and our dominion can spread into the spot. Yes, that's the strategy. That's the thing to do. And these guys here can move forward to join the party and go, well, they won't spawn as many there. Nah, just stay there. Okay, I need to get a new mouse because this is driving me bananas. In any case, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in turn 36. Alright, folks, it's turn 36. The army is concentrating again. I am actually outnumbered at the moment, largely through Jaguar Warrior spam. I'm not super worried about Jaguar Tribe Warrior spam. There are a number of prize pigs. His prize pig spawn is pretty significant, but not as significant as mine. Right now, I am gathering a great holy army consisting of, that's 100, 125, about 175, 180 pigs right here, including Sniffer, the first prize pig, as well as a number of mages. I've got a whole bunch of priests casting Blessing, which actually isn't necessary because, of course, Big Bill will auto-bless everyone in the province. And I've got Brock throwing out some Marble Warriors, some hot Marble Warriors action. We've got a mage casting Swarm. We've got all kinds of stuff. We've got just good old-fashioned treachery, debauchery, destruction, chaos, etc. I'm going to move these mages are also moving in, and they can also join in with the swarmy goodness. just spam out that swarm there. And we can spread those nature gems around a little bit as necessary. And of course, Big Bill is throwing down Howl, and then casting Strength of Gaia on himself. And I do have Dominion in Remesia, so if I fight here, I should win. So here's my strategy, right? If I fight here, all of my pigs will be blessed. That hasn't actually happened yet in this war. And if it happens, I think I crush him, regardless of what he brings, pretty much. So that's part A of the plan. Part B, of course, I have Howl. I've got to have some Marble Warriors going off on some of my pigs. I have to make sure that this guy is actually close enough into the mass of pigs that works. So some of them will be up to Prot 15, which will make them very tough. And then, excuse me, if he guesses where I'm going and combines his armies to attack me, I should win that fight, especially if I also have a little bit of province defense there. If he moves this army, led by his god, to attack my my fort, on the other hand, I may well lose Mins, but I should be able to take Noose. Because I can move, he'll be there. I can then move straight onto Noose and crack it in one turn. He won't be able to move the entirety of this army back to Noose. He won't have time. So, that will give me time to crack it and then assault it while his god is trying to move to meet me. And I should be fine. And if I can do that, then I'll effectively break a great deal of his power, and I'll be able to spam out more pigs and overwhelm him with sheer, raw, aggressive pig numbers. Now, all these pigs actually need to move back to somewhere where my Dominion is a little higher so that they can get more spawn. So they're going to move back to Hexwoods. All of these pigs, likewise, are going to move forward to Hexwoods, and they will bring the 9 pigs they have spawned with them. And in Hexwoods, I'm going to set this lady to casting the pig spell. And you can just research for a second, and you can also cast the pig spell. There we go. Couple more castings of the pig spell coming out. Up here, I've actually got some troops up here. All these archers that have just been sitting here. I'm just going to leave them still sitting there for the nonce. These guys just retook Silver Fangs from the barbarians. Lost a few pigs in the process, but not too bad. We need to put some province defense in there. Actually, I need to cut this province defense down, because I also need to put some province defense in there. And let's recruit 1 unit. Can't recruit any more scouts, apparently, because I'm out of moolah. That's okay. Still trying to recruit drunken farmers. Still not getting any more blood mages. Very sad. I am also making Peppa here my prophet. So I will have a prophet who can divine bless. That will mean that I have somebody who can finally, like, take the fight to the enemy. Plus, Peppa has 55 leadership, so... Although, actually, I'll tell you what. I should make one of these guys the prophet, actually, just because they have a higher leadership. So you can defend. You can become the prophet. And you are going to be, Baconator with cheese. There we go. Alright, so Baconator with cheese here will become my prophet. I'm going to leave him named Peppa just because it's hilarious. In a very, very lame sort of way, but that's all of my humor. So I'm hoping, to be honest, I'm kind of hoping that at least one of these armies tries to attack me here in Remesia and dies. Because if so, then I should be able to just roll into Noose really quickly, because even this force here, just this force with 100 of my pigs, has 346 siege strength. This force has 199 siege strength, and most of this force actually isn't coming, but if they were, they would have 200 siege strength. So I should be able to absolutely flatten the walls of Noose, if pretty much any of my army survives. So, should be a good time. In any case, I'll see you all in turn 37. Oh, also, before I go, actually, research-wise, I've hit Alteration level 7, which has given me that, Marble Warriors. And I'm researching down to Enchantment level 7, because Enchantment level 7 gives me access to Serpent's Blessing, which is the spell that will allow me to actually make a lot more use of my... my Hydra hatchlings, because it will let me make my pigs resistant to poison. Also, level 6 will also give me relief, which I can't cast. I can cast with my god, but I have to buff him up with Gaia's Blessing first. But yeah, then that will let me cast relief, and that will be all sorts of fun. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in turn 37. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is about to go down. We can see here they think this province contains about 480 enemy units, but I know that that's not correct, because I probed by accident, admittedly. I didn't actually quite mean to do this, but I probed the enemy with a small stack of pigs. Like I said, I didn't mean to do this. It was not my intention. I just forgot to give somebody the order not to move forward, so about 20 or so of my prize pigs went in against his prize pigs. A little bit of trampling happened. We inflicted some casualties, not as many as we lost, but that's okay. We can afford to take losses if necessary, and he did also inflict a decent amount of collateral damage with his slings there. So, if we look at the Battle of News, he lost 11 prize pigs in total. His province defense is also very large. Very, very large province defense. Much province defense. I lost 27 prize pigs, and my first prize pig successfully retreated to Remesia. And we can see what he has guarding it. He's gotten 2 heroes. So he has the fair and great prince, Oleg, who is fire 2, air 2, nature 2. He also has the vengeful widow, Olga, the daughter of heaven, who is fire 4. So definitely going to be some elemental summonings. He had a son of Apollo patrolling. He had his Oni Kunshu patrolling. 1 first prize pig. And then a huge horde of metalheads and some first prize pigs. Some prize pigs. So 113 Piggly Wigglies of his own. For myself, going in, I have... That's 78... 120... 130... 182 pigs going in. And that's the vast majority of my force, actually. I also have 55 militia. That might not actually be enough pigs. That might be insufficient piggage. In order to win against this, each of my pigs would have to take down about 2 of the enemy. Which would be... It would be largely random whether that was able to happen. So I think I might pull what you could consider a bait and switch here. This army is going to move in there. It's late spring. Well, that's still cold. That's cold, but not for long. I don't want to get trapped, but I don't think he can split up and still have any hope of actually stopping me. But I'll tell you what, I don't really need to move Big Bill in, I guess. Because I can give these... pigs to... We put Peppa... Give pigs to him. And I can give pigs to... I can give more pigs to Baconator. Good old Baconator with cheese, the prophet. There we go. So, lots of pigs. He can throw the Divine Blessing. That makes them incredibly powerful. Big Bill, then, can actually stay, and we can move in Remus. And we're moving in Remus because Remus has a whole pile of poisony boys. They are so poisonous. They cause much poison. And so, a big lump of poison boys, what that does is, that basically just inflicts pain on the enemy for daring to approach me. And I can leave Big Bill here. Big Bill can search for magic sites. He'll be in the back. He can drop Howl and then Strength of Gaia. When he drops Strength of Gaia, he's going to go up to 20% regeneration, plus he has the Dominion bonus to his hit points. So he's going to be regenerating at that point almost 30 hit points a turn. After that, he can... with the Howl, since he's only Nature 3, the Howl is actually going to knock him out for a while. I wonder, is the Howl worth more or less than having Big Bill active? Because... having Big Bill active just running around trampling people under his massive hooves might be the thing to do. Oh, he can also throw down Mass Protection, although it does make you vulnerable to fire, and Stinking Varmints are already quite susceptible to fire. I guess it doesn't really matter, because, like I said, Stinking Varmints are already quite susceptible to fire. They're going to be killed by fire elementals and stuff anyway. The extra prop might be more worthwhile than the the extra fire dabblage. Well, I like having Howl because Howl distracts enemy mages, so I am going to leave him casting Howl. And then we'll also leave 2 of the ladies here, staying here to just cast Swarm and back up the defenders that remain. So this will be, like I said, kind of a little bit of an ambush. The idea there being that these boys, these lads, will inflict a lot of damage. But if I'm doing that, Big Bill really should move, because there's no reason for him to be here risking himself if this army does decide to come thundering out and attack me. Now, I don't think they will. They could, but I doubt they will, because that would mean leaving his capital unprotected. I've got 42 more Piggly Wigglies moving forward. That's about what I'm churning out per turn now, 40-some. In the Hexwoods, at least, where my Dominion is fairly strong. I could actually move my first prize pigs up to Remesia, but that would kind of be risking a sudden attack, as it were, a sudden decapitation strike. Well, we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah, I think... Tell you what, I think these guys... should they just go with the army? Maybe they should just go with the army. We've got some heretics sneaking around in enemy territory. They can't really do much. One of them actually got killed in Noose this turn. But I want to go in and fight, but what's going to happen is I'm going to lose all my pigs, and I'll wipe out a lot of his troops, but probably not all of them. The only way that might work... It might work if I were to send in my god along with. Have him buff himself and try to rampage through the enemy lines. That might potentially work, but it also might potentially get Big Bill killed, because his HP will be very severely debuffed. Since, you know, here he's getting 40 extra hit points. There he'll be getting 50 less. So his regeneration will be much, much lesser. I don't feel like that's a good call. I feel like what I need to do, actually, is get Serpent's Blessing. If I can get Serpent's Blessing, since it only requires Nature 4, Big Bill can cast it. And once I can cast Serpent's Blessing, then I can use my Poisoners and my Pigs in concert on the same battlefield. And that's a big, big change in things for me. Because if I can do that, then I can swarm in and do a lot more persistent damage over time to his groups of units without worrying about my own pigs so much. Up here, recruiting irritating farmers, stop that. Recruit actual mages, albeit shitty ones. You can, yeah, sneak into the enemy territory. In terms of geopolitics, so that's the situation there. We're going to send the army in. Big Bill is actually... I think we are going to stay there, but I'm actually going to script Big Bill to... instead of any of that, he's going to throw Creeping Doom twice and then retreat. And so the goal there is that the Creeping Doom and the Swarms will provide distraction while these guys do the killing with their poison, and the insects are, a lot of the insects are immune or resistant to poison. So that should kind of increase the amount of stuff happening. Should be good. Hopefully, you know, we'll do our best. We'll see what we can see. Corpse constructs are actually an excellent counter to the poison strategy because they are undead and therefore immune to poison, but should still be okay, especially since we still outpig him, so we should be able to keep throwing in the pigs and doing the damage that we need to do. But, in any case, that's turn 38. I'll see y'all in turn 39. Okay, folks, turn 39. I'm kind of getting bored of this whole stalemate thing we've got going on here. So, I'm moving my army into Troll Woods. Now, there's 2 ways this can happen from Troll Woods, right? Either I can hit Raspberry Woods, or I can hit Tiny Willow. Or, actually, I could stay there, so there's 3 ways. But really only 2 ways that my enemy has to consider. Noose. if I hit Raspberry Woods, I'm going to break the fort in one turn, and I'll be able to storm it. And if I storm it, then I'll be able to, rush in there and kind of use it against him. His troops, if we look here at Noose, the troops that are patrolling, 179 metalheads, a bunch of corpse constructs, some flesh god warriors, but not many. The majority of his numbers are metalheads and prize pigs, and then he also has a whole bunch of province defense, which of course he can't take with him. Now, the only part of this that could, in order to reach Raspberry Woods in time to stop me, given the snow and the woods, he would need guys with movement points. He would need guys with forest survival, and I think more than like 16 movement points or so. If you look at map move, see, forests are normally 10, snow adds +2, and then enemy controlled territory is +8 per province. So a forest province, moving across a forest province with snow in it, is normally 12 points, right? So that means that from here, he should need 24 movement points for something without either snow move, snow movement or forest movement to get to Noose. Now, pigs do have forest survival, so they move through forest provinces with no penalty, which makes them 6, or 8 in this case because of the snow, for a total of 16. So he can get his pigs there. What he can't do is get his infantry there, I don't think, because his... If we look at... Where is it? I am losing my entire mind. There he is. Because metalheads here, they do have forest survival, but they only have 10 map move. Same with the warriors here. They've only got 8 map move because that Mechlin copper scale armor slows them down so much. So, the only thing he could do would be to move his pigs and potentially some of his mages over here, actually. Let's hop back into that for a second. The Sons of Apollo don't have forest survival. They do have cold resistance and snow move, but they don't have forest survival, so I don't think they can make it either. His god, even, I don't believe can make it, because, once again, we're hopping back and forth just to prove that I know what I'm talking about. The only Kunshu here has 16 map move and snow move, but no forest survival, so it can't make it either. The Vengeful Widow has map move 18 and snow move, but no forest survival, so can't make it, or shouldn't be able to make it. The Fair and Great Prince, however, could make it. So he could send this guy leading all of his pigs, and he could intercept me there, and we'd fight a battle. But I would win that battle. Even if he brought out all of his mages and summoned elementals and stuff, I think my chances of winning that battle would still be probably better than even, because I would outnumber him something like 2-1 in pigs. And the pigs would all have my bless, because my prophet is with this this army, so they would all have, all the wacky... Where's Temple? They'd all have the magic resistance, the blood vengeance, and they would be large. My bless does have that 5 poison resistance in it, so I can use them with my snaky boys if I want to. I would rather have Serpent's Blessing just to make sure that they won't be taking damage from it. But in any case, snaky boys are launching an attack over here on the wetlands. These guys are going to move over to Raspberry Woods and break that fort and take it, and just sort of slowly continue strangling Noose. And I've got more pigs rocking up. I'm actually moving Big Bill and these two guys backwards to Jabero. And in Jabero, I will end up with approximately 100 pigs next turn. So I'm definitely just out pig generating him on account of having 3 times as many first prize pigs as he does. And in 2 turns, I will have that Serpent's Blessing, and then I'll focus on researching something else. Also in 2 turns, actually next turn, I will have a Palisade in the Forest of Long Nights, which will be radical. Could grab the Throne of the First Age, plus magic resistance +1 for my pigs would actually be pretty cool. But I haven't done so yet. I have lost my Dominion in Wood of Many Paths, which is super unfortunate. I'm still at Magic 2, but I'm not getting the benefit of it there. Yeah, I've lost my Dominion in one of my research provinces, despite having a temple there. So that's unfortunate. I should probably move some preachers over there. Yeah, I'll deal with it some other time. For right now, it's fine. Plaguetopia is once again kind of in dire straits. It looks like Swanpire has actually taken one of their forts and is about to take the remaining two. So I think Plaguetopia is not long for this world. Once they're gone, the worry here is actually Swanpire may turn on me with the Hatun Runa spam. That would be bad. Now, with as many pigs as I have, I might be able to fight them to an extent. The big issue would just be kind of like keeping my armies in place and alive and everything. I'm gonna set all these guys to patrolling here in Lomark, and we'll see what we can do. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. But I'm hoping that sometime before the end of the year, I'll be able to finally break Noose, have my climactic battle at his capital, and push on to secure this part of the world. But we'll find out. I may be absolutely swamped by Hatun Runas before then. So, in any case, take care. I'll see y'all in turn 40.